So next question under the topic area and volume. So the question is, inside a square plot, a circular garden is developed. It fits in the square plot and the diameter of the garden is equal to the side of the square plot, which is 28 meters. What is the area of space left out in the square plot after developing the garden? So this question is taken from SBI PO 75 2017. So for this, with a simple ratio, I'll give you the answer in seconds. So answer is 168 meters square. So now I'll tell you how I got the answer without any working. So first I'll explain the question to you. So there is a square plot and a garden which exactly fits into the square plot. The circular garden touches the sides of the square plot. And now it is given that side of the square plot is 28 meters. So side is 28 meters. So after developing this garden, we need to find space left out in this square plot, left out space. So for this, how we'll proceed? So we'll find area of the square. Area of the square, side is given, so we can find 28 into 28, area of the square is got. And now we can find area of the circle. So as this circle fits exactly in the square, and it is also given that diameter is equal to side of the square, radius will be half. And we'll calculate area of the circle with pi r square. Subtracting the values. So pi is 22 by 7, so r is 14 into 14. So by subtracting area of the circle from the square, we get area in between. But instead of doing all this, so friends, I'll give you a simple ratio where you can use for all this pattern of questions, where easily you can arrive at the answer. So for that, see, suppose a square is there, where a circle fits into it. Side of the square is A. Now I'll write ratio of area of square to area of circle. So this is to get the ratio. So in the exam, no need to do all this. So just you can use a ratio. So what is area of the square when side is A? Side into side. And what is the area of a circle when radius is r? Pi r square. And now to relate this circle with square, what will be the radius? It is half of the side of the square. So here, this is a square, pi value is 22 by 7, and radius is half of the side square. So now ratio is 22 by 7, a square by 4. So cancelling the common factors, so 7 into 2, 14 is square area and 11 is circle area. So this is area of a square, this is area of a circle. So whenever a circle is inside the square, ratio of square will be 14 parts and ratio of circle is 11 parts. So this 14 and 11 is irrespective of whatever the values are. So it may be 28 or 100 or 19. Square area will be 14 parts and circle area will be 11 parts. So now friends, having this ratio without finding all this, area of the square, area of the circle, just using this ratios, I got the answer. So we need area inside, in between the circle and the square. So if square is 14 parts and circle is 11 parts, what is difference in this ratio? It is 3 parts. So to find in between area, we need only 3 parts. So using this ratios, so you would have understood the ratio of square and circle whenever a circle is inside. And now without finding all these areas, so square area is 14 parts, circle area is 11 parts. So when you find this one part, you can find 3 parts, which is the required area. So 3 parts is in between area of square and circle. So side of the square is given as 28. So to find this parts, to find this one part value, 14 parts is 28. So dividing this by 2, one part is 28 into 2, 56. So in between area is 3 parts. So multiplying this with 3, 28 into 2 into 3, 68, 48. So 168 is the answer. So friends, for this pattern of questions, so you can see so many questions are asked with this pattern, with this picture. So you have a circle inside the square and you will be asked to find in between area. So for that, instead of finding the square area, circle area, so just use these ratios to get the answer immediately. So in between area is asked, we need 3 parts. So square area is 14 parts. So one part will be dividing by 14, 28 into 2, 3 parts is into 3. So I have multiplied this 2 and 3. So 28 into 6, 168 meter square is the answer. So now with the next question. So the next question is, this is also under area and volume. So here we have a trendy pattern, quantity 1 and quantity 2. So what is this quantity 1? So it is, we have 4 circles drawn on corners of a square and in between areas shaded one. So quantity 1 is 4 times area of the shaded portion. And what is quantity 2? It is sum of area of 4 sectors inside the square. So we need to find which is greater, quantity 1 or 2. So this question is asked from RBI May 2017. And now friends, the same ratio you can apply for this question also. So I have told you, whenever you see a circle inside the square, you can use these ratios. Square is 14 parts, circle is 11 parts, in between is 3 parts. So now this picture, so using the same logic, seeing the question itself, I can give you the answer that quantity 1 is greater than quantity 2. So now I'll explain how I got this answer. So using the ratios for the previous question, for this picture also. So we have here 4 circles drawn on the corner of a square. So this is the shaded portion. So what is quantity 1? So 4 times into this shaded portion. So quantity 2 is sum of area of sectors. So when you take the square here, so this 4 sectors, so when you join this, you get a circle. And this shaded portion, so when you cut and when you put in these corners, you will get this in between area. Now using the same ratio, so this is the same picture where you are removing a circle from a square. So earlier we saw removing a circle from a square. Ratio of square is 14 and 11. In between is 3 parts. So now this picture also gives you the same pattern. So we are going to remove a circle from a square. So this shaded portion is in between area and this area of 4 sectors is area of a circle. And now working for these quantities, quantity 1 is this shaded part into 4. So what is this shaded part? 3 parts. into 4. So we have as 12 parts. And what is sum of area of sectors? So when you add all these sectors, you will get area of a circle which is 11 parts. So now which is greater? 4 into the shaded part, 12 parts is greater. So quantity 1 is greater than quantity 2. So now friends, having the ratio where the circle is inside the square 14:11, so without any working or within seconds, seeing the picture you can give the answer. So quantity 1 is shaded portion into 4. We know the shaded portion, that is area in between square and circle is 3 parts. 3 into 4 is 12 parts and circle area 11 parts where quantity 2 is 11 parts. So obviously quantity 1 is greater than quantity 2. So we will go to the next question.